The heavy rain the last month and a half across the northern plains is not only having an impact by totally getting North Dakota in particular soaking wet, we've got some other issues. This may actually impact the summer weather pattern. Warmer weather is building back in, can't build in over the cold weather, over the cold, wet ground. Now, the first heat wave of summer has been building in this past week. Extremely hot temperatures down in Texas, New Mexico, a little early in the season for temperatures to read like 105, 106 degrees. So the heat is down there, down south. Will it come up north? The long-range indication has been, with the second summer of at least a moderately strong El Nino, that the northern plains would be in a prime position for a hot, dry summer, maybe a second one in a row. But over the last 60 days, heavy precipitation on the order of 250 to 400% of normal. In other words, between 2.5 to 4 times the average precipitation. Most of this in the last 6 weeks, and it's really focused on North Dakota. A little bit of wet weather down here in the mid-south, centered on Arkansas. Of course, it basically has not rained at all over the southwest from West Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and the far southwest. Pacific Northwest has had some rain. The east kind of nominally normal, but up here in the northern plains, it has just been soaking to ridiculously, in fact, record wet across the region this spring. Well, with all this water in the soil, it's going to be a little tough to start getting the heat to build in, and it certainly is going to be tough for it to be dry, even if we get a hot weather pattern. Now, with all this soil moisture, I suspect thunderstorms will win out. So it may end up being ultimately a warm and rainy summer, at least starting out this summer in the northern plains. Let's look at the short range pattern. This weekend, we've got a little bit of a southwest to northeast flow, drier, cooler weather settling in, not cold as some of the weathers has been recently. And in fact, we will see some warmer temperatures build up this week. The general waviness of the pattern likely keeping the really cold weather as the week goes along up north. And this is not going to be hot weather. Some of these days will just be near 70 degrees or maybe get up into the low to mid 70s in spots. Over the second week of the period, we will continue to see the weather be fairly mild as relatively weak systems pass through. I don't see as much wet weather in the forecast the next 2 weeks as we've had the last 6. Scattered showers and thunderstorms from the mid-south up into the northeastern states, the southwest dry, and just the kind of little token showers and stray thunder showers this week in the northern plains and upper Midwest. The second week, we might start getting into some wet weather again. This is about the time as the calendar turns to June. Temperatures will likely be warming up a bit around that time as well, but it doesn't look terribly heavy unless you get a couple of heavy storms. Still, the weather trending a little warmer, tempered by all that moisture.